Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the Spanish tragedy, and we get to hear from the Viceroy of Portugal again today in Act 1, Scene 3. So he started off this scene all distraught because he thought his son Balthazar had been killed in the war between Spain and Portugal. We, the audience, know that Balthazar was not because we saw him marched into the Spanish camp where they said they were going to treat him pretty nicely, and they're actually not even going to put him in a jail. He's going to be living in an estate, essentially, but an estate that he can't leave. So we know that Balthazar is alive. The Viceroy of Portugal thought that he was dead, but Vilupo and Alexandro, who are there with him, are like, no, actually he's still alive, which was messing with the king, or messing with the Viceroy a little bit. And he was like, okay, so tell me the story of what happened to him. And yesterday we had Vilupo telling a false story wherein he threw Alexandro under the bus and said that Alexandro, like while Balthazar was fighting with the Spanish general, said that Alexandro shot that way as if he were going to hit the general, but really it was Balthazar who fell, and then he was taken away and the rest of the army left. So Vilupo blamed pretty much the loss of the entire war on Alexandro, and Alexandro was like, wait, what? No, what? And the Viceroy is like, hang on, tell me what happened to my son. Where is my son? And Vilupo's like, well, I saw his body being taken to the Spanish camp. And the Viceroy says, my nightly dreams have told me this. Thou false, unkind, unthankful, traitorous beast, wherein had Balthazar offended thee, that thou shouldst thus betray him to our foes? Was Spanish gold, that bleared so thine eyes that thou couldst see no part of our deserts? Perchance, because thou art Tisera's lord, thou hadst some hope to wear this diadem. If first my son and then myself were slain, but thy ambitious thought shall break thy neck. Aye, this was it that made thee spill his blood, but I'll now wear it till thy blood be spilt. So the Viceroy is buying into this, is what it boils down to. He's like, yeah, my dreams tell me that Balthazar is still alive and he's in the Spanish camp. And then he turns on Alexandro and just lets loose. He's like, how could you do this to Balthazar? What did he ever do to you? Are they bribing you? Is it because you wanted him dead and me dead because then you might get the crown? He's like, no. I'm hanging on to the crown. I'm going to keep wearing it long after you are dead and buried. And Alexandro is like, wait, what? Hang on a second. But before he can say anything, the Viceroy is like, take him away. And if my son is dead, it's all his fault. And then he leaves, and Vilupo gets just a real quick moment at the very end of the scene to be like, I have set up my enemy. I'm going to end up raising my status in the court. He's very proud of himself. And that's the end of Act 3, Scene 1. So not only did we've already had a war, we know that there's going to be revenge in terms of Balthazar, but could there also be revenge factoring in from Alexandro against Vilupo, because Vilupo just set him up and got him arrested and might end up being responsible for some stuff there? So yeah, it's one of those, the plot thickens, which is good because it's only Act 1, Scene 3, and we have a lot of play left to go. But come on back tomorrow for more, and we'll see where all of these various revenge plots go. I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah.